What's up, guys? Your boy 22K13, and I'm here to give y'all Madden 16 wish list. 10 things fans demanded, and this is from whatculture.com. The NFL offseason continued to heat up, and while the real world geared up for the 2015 draft, fans are waiting expectantly for news about the virtual world with Madden 2016 set for release this year. The franchise had entered its 27th year, with 31 editions of the game being spread across a host of gaming platforms ranging from the Super Nintendo to the modern-day PS4, with handheld and mobile versions and also becoming increasingly popular. It has become a gaming extension for American football fans around the world, selling over 100 million copies, though the game has come a long way since the early days. Early Madden games were rudimentary, but advancement in technology had paved the way for EA to cram as many features as possible into the game, adding great value to both the gameplay and overall style of the game. But some fans are demanding more than just a glorified player update and want to see some extra feature implement to justify the annual cost of buying the game every season. Some fans have even suggested releasing a new game every few years with a paid update before each season, with the meantime to give EA more time to develop a whole new system, but that looks very unlikely, meaning that there's pressure on the creator to freshen the game up year on year. Here are 10 things that fans demand from Madden 2016. Number 10, improved graphics. First up is a standard yet essential upgrade for Madden 2016, with the graphics playing a huge part in setting the tone of the entire game. An upgraded look instantly paper over the crack of any game, which may not sound ideal, but is not necessarily a bad thing. If the graphics are top quality, EA will have already appeased casual gamers, and is cornerstone for the more hardcore players. A simplified menu system could be implemented too, shaving away all the unnecessary clutter and focus on the top feature. Number 9, player partnership. Games need personality in order to be successful. By introducing a new player partnership system, Madden could add a whole new layer to their formula. Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Nelson form one of the most potent, productive duos in the NFL. So in games they should, so in games they should imitate that. Existing partnerships should be installed into the game, while on career mode, players should become more accustomed to one another. Excuse me, and partnerships should grow if two players have worked well together over a period of time. That's like saying, for example, like with the Cowboys, like Tony Romo and Dez Bryant, or Tom Brady and Ron Gronkowski, stuff like that, player partnership. I would like to do that in Madden. Number 8, historic Super Bowl games. The Super Bowl is all set for the 50th birthday party at the 49ers' new Levi Stadium in February 2016, sparking a host of celebrations to mark the occasion. In honor of the 50th Super Bowl, every 50-yard marker on NFL field will be painted gold with a golden border around each team logo from week 7 onward. These changes should all be unstilled in Madden 2015, which could also include a classic Super Bowl mode and allowing players to change history and take control during the best Super Bowl game using the original team in virtual jersey. Maybe a filter over the top of each matchup could represent the classic nature of the game, with a challenge to win each of the historic Super Bowl included. Number 7, improve atmosphere. Similarly to the graphic, increasing the atmosphere and tension throughout the game will immeasurably improve the experience for the fan. There's an increased importance on reflecting realism, so unique atmosphere would enhance that, with each team touchdown song, celebration, or ritual taking place after scoring. Primetime games should be hyped up, and each fan in the crowd should be let loose, rather than maintain the same robotic motion as every other fan. Changes like this would have been difficult on older platforms, but the latest generation consoles should be more than capable of adding vast amounts of tiny details that all add up to an immersive atmospheric feel. Number 6, players should feel human. The physics of the game has greatly improved over the years, but there are still times when the clump of pixels you are controlling still feel like a clump of pixels as opposed to NFL stars. It may seem like quite a nitpicking change to make, but making each player feel like they have two arms, two legs, and a body full of independently moving parts. The game already does a decent job of making the team feel like individuals, but each player needs sharpening, refining, and ultimately made to feel more human-like. They're like, for example, they talking about like every Madden game, they body feel like bobblehead, so they should feel like more human in real life. Like they should let's say like you a quarterback in the let's say like you a quarterback in the NFL. You should play like that quarterback in a video game. So that's what they're talking about. Number 5, dynamic conditioning. Madden 2016 could include changeable weather, which could alter the way a team plays. With certain players adoption better to the condition than others, a game may start as cloudy but dry. Though as it progresses, the rain may sweep in, meaning that players need to alter their style to suit the changing weather. Live weather has also been suggested, meaning that West Coast stadiums are more likely to be bathed in sunlight as opposed to the frozen conditions in Foxborough or Green Bay when the season creeps closer to winter. Number 4, more NCAA referencing. The much-loved NCAA game franchise ran for 20 years under EA guidance, but in 2013 it was act following a legal dispute with the NCAA over failure to pay the college athletes for using their likeness in the game. The legal battle rumbled on, and after the collapse of the series, more time and effort was plowed into the Madden series, resulting in a great improvement in Madden 2015. We can only hope that the dispute is settled, which could pave the way for NCAA to play a major role in the Madden franchise, creating one super game as opposed to two separate series. Number 3, create a play mode. Create a play mode was a feature in the game from many years ago, though some fans complain it could be easily exploited. Unfortunately, the NFL has a commanding power over the Madden series over imparting license to games and believe that customization of plays devalues their brand. It's a terrible excuse that fans of the game do not want to hear. But if an agreement can be reached with the bosses, fans will be loved to fully customize their plays and feel total control of their own team as the coach of the team in franchise mode. Number two, include the combine. On players mode, users can create their own stars on the game and drop them into the team. But what if the whole process was included? As a creative player, you could select the level of certain skills, but you should be able to impress scouts at the combine before entering the draft rather than pre-selection your team. Obviously, different difficulty levels will provide stunner challenge in the draft, but a series of tasks including the 40-yard dash, vertical jump, and bench press, among all the other areas, could be tested to boost or drop your chances to ahead of being drafted. It means that the player's story will be entirely in the hands of the user, rather than being able to instantly out of Tom Brady and become the Patriots' starting quarterback as a rookie. It it could be a good idea, but I don't think you can become. I don't think you can outplay Tom Brady. I don't know about that. Number one, increased unpredictability. Madden 2015 is a great game and was a more than worthy addition to the franchise, but there needs to be a further injection of unpredictability. Not so much that every pass is dropped or every receiver slips, just enough to take the edge off the robotic nature of the game. New animations are always a welcome introduction, so let's see more of them. With the occasional helmet flying off after a crunching tackle, while football is shaped in a very unpredictable way, so make them feel like that. So make them feel like that. They should bounce, spin, and flick like real balls commonly do, although again this must be used subtly spraying, opposed to spraying balls from every play. Pressure rating could be also introduced for players, meaning that in the fourth quarter of a huge game, a quarterback might thrive or fold under the pressure depending on an attribute that rate how well a player copes under a maximum pressure situation. But while these are just a few changes and features that could be implemented, what do you want to see in Madden 2015? Alright guys, your boys 2K13. See you guys on the next one.